Any other country you apply to, because you have one application is online and you can choose up to 5 universities. Anywhere else you apply to, you just make one application to every individual university. You can make as many applications as you like. But with this, one application gets, once you hit the submit button, that application is sent out to all 5 of your choices. So it's really, really important for you to get it right. Okay? So they're the obvious things that information that is required from you. You know, your past educational background, grades you've already achieved, etc. Your educational history. I'm going to spend about 5 minutes now just really focusing on this one part of your application, the personal statement, or the statement of intent. Okay, this is absolutely key. And I'll tell you why. Because you've got to think of it from the point of view of the admissions tutors. Who are you applying to? Who are going to receive your application? And this is also relevant for when you start applying for jobs. Think of it from the point of view who's going to be deciding whether they want you to join their course, whether they want to employ you into their company. The admissions tutor receives hundreds of thousands of applications every year. And hundreds of thousands of applications that are very similar. Grades are important, but it doesn't end there. You know, get the best grades you can because you open up more opportunities for you. But don't be complacent and think that grades are enough. It's not enough to say, hey, look at me, this is who I am, I've got these grades, now you can take me. It's not enough. There are hundreds of thousands of students around the world, applying to the UK, to the same universities, in the same courses that you're applying to, who have the same grades that you have. So the admissions tutors got a whole pile of forms, metaphorically, it's all online, to choose from. How do they differentiate between you and the other person who on paper or online looks very similar grades? It's the personal statement that can make the difference. This is what will stand you out from everybody else and make the difference between them choosing you or somebody else. So the personal statement is up to 4,000 characters. Some people may think that's a lot, others may think it's not enough. They've got so much information they want to provide. But what you want to do is make sure you provide relevant information, not just going off on a tangent, waffling. A lot of people are attempting to fill up space with quotes. Quotes are good, but when they're overused, it gets a bit boring for the admissions tutor. I guarantee the quotes that you've taken from amazing people within your subject, or amazing people around the world who've done amazing things, I guarantee they would have read it probably 1,000 times by now already from other applications. If you Google the most quoted opening lines of the personal statement, I guarantee Nelson Mandela will be #1. Obviously, he's a great, amazing man, done amazing things, said amazing things, but everyone has used the same old quotes over and over again. So bear that in mind. What they want from you, and again, remember what I said at the very beginning. It's not about what you know about a subject. It's not about some knowledge of the subject. It's about what you think about the subject. They want to hear from you about what you think. Unpick it, analyse it, take it apart, and go deeper and beyond the subject. Okay, so there are a number of indications within that as well. About 75 to 80% of this personal statement should be about the subject. And it's got to be genuine, it's got to come from you. If it doesn't come from you, it's very easy to detect. Very easy to see. Because everything you write has to be evidential. That means you have to provide the evidence. I don't mean in terms of a piece of paper or a certificate. I mean, if you start going down the line and talking about something that you really care about, but actually you just take it from somewhere else and you don't really believe in it. These are the things that they'll ask you in an interview, whether it be on Skype or face-to-face, and they'll find out very quickly whether you know what you're talking about or not. So this is why you follow subjects you're passionate about and you care about, because you will have that engagement, that knowledge. The other sort of, the other 20-25% is really about all the things that you've achieved, your interests, all the things you've been involved in, roles of responsibility, leadership roles, prefects, captains of this. All that is useful to them, but it's called a personal statement. It's not quite the right word for it, because they don't want you to just state information. It's no good just to say, I'm captain of this sports team. That's it. You have to link it to your course, link it to your prospective future career. What is it about having gone through this course, or been leader of this, or been in the team, cricket team, football team? What is it about that that sort of changed you and that links to your course and your potential future career? That's what they want to hear from. Just as another point of interest, I was talking to a admissions student from Oxford University not so long ago. Oxford University, one of the best universities in the world, always in the top 3. And she said, there's a lot of competition, a lot of people want to get in there. And she said to me, you'll be amazed by the number of applications she gets that have careless spelling mistakes, grammatical errors, words that are used that weren't actually the right word because somebody's looked up in the dictionary. I thought that might be a clever word, and then they look up another word, and well, that's a clever word, I'll put that one in as well, in the same sentence, and so on and so on. If she saw any mistakes with grammatical errors, she would say it made her job a whole lot easier. Because she's got that thousands of applications to go through, she can only take a small percentage. So, any careless mistake, she's put straight in the notepad. Doesn't have to bother reading 4,000 characters. So you want to make sure that it's the best it can be. And you really need to give yourself time to make it the best it can be in order that you are put in the right pile, for selection. That's how kind of competitive it is. They can afford to lose. You might have a fantastic application, but you've got a bad grammar or spelling mistake. You're not going to get through past the next stage. It says there, again, it is competitive. If you can create an opening line, an opening statement that kind of stands out, it's quite punchy, it's based on the memory by, that will give you an advantage. They want to continue reading about you, what your thoughts. Again, same with conclusion. Think about a really strong conclusion, so they'll remember you. Or when they finish reading, you think, yeah, that's a good student, I want to talk to them, I want to interview them. These are really important indicators and help. Things that you want to use to stand you up above the rest of the competition. Anyone here had a chance to do voluntary work at all? Voluntary work or work placements or anything? If you haven't, I would highly recommend it because there'll be lots of people out there who apply for the same job, same courses as you, who will have done, have work experience. Even if it's just 1 week, these are things that you can use. It really shows you're a sign to them that you're committed, you're engaged, you're prepared to get out there and do things. And you can use that, not only will you develop personally, but also you can use things that you gain from that experience to put into your application. I guarantee others will be doing that. So give yourself that added advantage. Finally, it says here, make sure you don't copy. That seems obvious. When I first started this job, I thought, well, don't be freaking copy, surely. People do, and it can be detected very, very easily. UCAS have excellent software that detects copying very easily. And there are different degrees to copying, so what they'll do is just inform the university you guys and say, by the way, this is the original work copy. They'll take a very dim view. They'll make a decision, but it's not going to help your cause. It's important. There have been cases where people are using agents, or they've got sort of standardised personal statements, and they just used it again and again. It's repeated, and they can detect it very, very quickly. Apparently there's a story going around, I don't know exactly what the story is, but for people in medicine particularly, there's a sort of background story as to why this person wants to become a doctor. There's some heartfelt story when he was a little boy. That story's been used hundreds of times apparently. It still keeps going around. People think it's their own genuine story, it's not at all. So keep that in mind. So the reason why I'm talking about personal safety is it's the thing that will benefit you ultimately. And this is the same whether it's universities or jobs. Competition's out there. We live in a global world. And wherever you go, there are people like you who want the same things as you. So this is going to help you not just in the university, but help you in the future. We all have to do it when we want to get a job. Let's stand out from the crowd. Another key word that they use there is persuasiveness. They want you to persuade them. Often, I went to a seminar and they said that they find students' applications are often too complacent. They're too relying on the grades and and the things that they've done, but not really selling themselves. That's what that means. They want you to tell them, why is it that you're the best person for this particular course? Not just saying, look at me, I've done this, so would you consider me? Why? You, the person that they should choose from that course. There's a lot of information to write down in your personal statement, and you need to get, I said, time is your friend, so you need to give yourself time. It seems overwhelming at first, but the best thing to do is put down lots of words, put down all the things you can think of about you and about the subject onto the page, type it in, and then just leave it for a week, maybe come back to it, work on it again, and again, and again. Retrial. I'm slightly over-stressed point here, but it's an important point. It will help you to make the best application you can. Show it around to other people, show it to friends, teachers, parents, show it to us, me, happy to look at it before it goes out, before you hit that submit button. Also very happy to send, have a look online if you want, or I can send you samples of good personal statements. It will give you a really good guide for you as to what the competition is like. Now have a look and just get an idea of the sort of things that people are writing to increase their chance of getting the best of writing universities for that. Okay, if I just finish with a sort of snapshot of, again, I don't want to overwhelm you, but I think we can all end up being in a bit of a bubble, all of us we end up in our little world, our bubble. And it's important to think beyond that and outside of that. This is just an example, really, a snapshot of last year, a medical course, 2,500 applicants. A lot of those applicants are unrealistic. They haven't really, or they're never going to get grades. So they will fall at the first hurdle. It's not really realistic, but that will be the first who wants their study. So it went down to 2,300. For medicine, you have to take a test, and again, they could really sift through who comes for 400 and get through the course, 700 students. Out of 700, they interviewed got down to 400 offers that made. And they had that was for 286 places. So that's all the way from 2,500 down to 286. It just puts it into perspective. There are other people out there who want the same things as you do. So really try and make sure that you get your application the best you can do. As I said, we'd be very happy to help and support you with that. It doesn't mean to say that we're going to write it for you. You have to write it. It has to come from you. Choice of course, subject, study.